Men of Reddit, what is your best male LPT? Story 1. If a woman is interested, she will act interested. Don't waste your time on women who play games. Bonus tip: prioritize keeping a clean home. You may be a real catch, but if you live like a slob, she's likely to move on. Story 2. When you get a woman's number, repeat it back with one wrong number. If she corrects you, you're golden. If not, time to move on. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Story 3. Before a big decision, buy clothes that fit. If you don't like the way clothing fits on you, it might be time to get a gym membership. Edit. I get it. Going to the gym can get you ripped and clothes can fit even worse, but that takes years. I'm talking about weight loss, obviously. Didn't think I had to explain that. Story 4. If you get a rando erection in public or anywhere else, really, flex a muscle elsewhere in your body, whether it's your calves or any of your arm muscles. As long as you're getting the blood flowing to any other part of your body, you'll be good in about 30 to 45 seconds. This came in clutch so many times in high school, let me tell you. Story 5. Talk honestly to someone you trust about your feelings. Your good buddy, your Reddit romantic partner, your parents, whatever. Men can do this, even if we've been told many times that we can't. IDLL feel good. IDLL improve communication and trust with the other person. And if you're having problems, maybe they can help you or at least make you feel a little better with some sympathy. Life's too short to be a silent, unhappy rock. Story 6. Thinking about texting an ex, first and then decide. 850 comments right now and nobody has said to wash your ejaculate off with cold water. Hot water makes it lump and stick more. Story 7. Men are turned on by visual stimulation. Women generally aren't. Unsolicited pics have the complete opposite effect on women than unsolicited shots have on you. The exact opposite. Story 8. Learn to cook. You don't need to be a master chef, but the number of men I know who can't make scrambled eggs is ridiculous. It's simply not that complicated to learn a few easy recipes that you can keep in your back pocket. Story 9. Best I have ever learned and applied: respect yourself. And I mean really respect yourself for who you are, what you've accomplished, and what you will accomplish in this actualized state of manhood. You'll find that most things don't bother you. You don't put up with people's dramatic, significant and sincere thoughts and actions. Knowing I am and this is me, and I will become better at it, is a very powerful tool. Self-esteem, happiness, sadness, loneliness, etc. are emotions that come and go. Self-respect will never do that to you. Story 10. Women are just female people, nothing special, not great or bad, just people with and vaginas and stuff. They have widely different personalities, like we do. Some are really smart or clever or talented, some are morons, and everything in between. Like us, they like to laugh and hate to feel like we do. Seems obvious but seems forgotten in all the battle of the sexes flame wars that young people get caught up in. Just avoiding the nonsensical generalizations and desperate need to categorize and stigmatize makes it easier to connect with people, even the lady people, and not make everything transactional, cynical, brutal. Story 11. Take the time to do your hair, shower, smell good. You don't necessarily have to shave, but you should at least endeavor to make what is on your face look as nice as possible. This isn't a girly thing. Looking good translates to feeling good and acting throughout the day in a confident manner. Story 12. In no particular order, this list has made me a significantly better person. Some are stolen from others. Some are things I've come up with myself over time. I have never had someone criticize me for any of it, but I have consistently had people tell me I'm one of the most considerate and thoughtful people they know. Be the man you would want your daughter to marry. Be proud of yourself. Stand with your head up, confident, yet not cocky. Edit. Before I get to the list, you'll say a few things. You don't need to go out and buy all this tomorrow. For me, I already had some of this stuff and over time realized how valuable it can be. Other stuff I accumulated over years. I certainly didn't rush out and buy all this at once. It's really about being a good host and thoughtful. As for there being a lot of women-centric things, that's because the average guy doesn't think about a woman's perspective. It's also hilarious reading a lot of these guys commenting about how I'm a tryhard or I'm just a player. I'm in my mid-30s and have been in a long-term committed relationship for about 12 of the last 15 years. Despite what you may think, I'm not bringing tons of women home for hookups. I entertain host on the regular, and with my place being quite central, it's a hub for most of my friends, of which about half are women. It would be unrealistic for a male in his early 20s or someone just starting out on their own to have all of this. Pick and choose what works for you. This is what works for me. If you feel threatened by this list, as if you're not man enough if you don't have these things, it's likely you've got confidence issues and those should be addressed first before anything you would see here. Yes, it would be expensive to stock all these things, especially all at once. A little purchase here and there is all you need, but a majority of these are standard male living items. You don't need the items for women, they're just a nice touch. Make your bed, buy a small box of tampons, leave them for female guests on a shelf in the bathroom, or under the sink. Always have extra toilet paper. Have a clean bathroom and ideally kitchen. Buy lights you can dim for your living room. Mood lighting isn't just for when a woman is over, it can set the mood with friends, or even when you're alone. Dimmable is ideal. If not, a small light that's a lot less bright than your usual ones. If in doubt, wash it again. Have a stocked bar at home: rye whiskey, gin, vodka, bottle of red white, a couple beers, and mixed cran, OJ soda, etc. Even if you're not a fan of some of this, toss it in the cupboard. If applicable, have a little weed stashed away. You'd be shocked how easy it is to say, hey, we could go share a joint at my place, and how social that can be. Have a spare set of PJs, a soft t-shirt, nice PJ pants that you can lend a friend, a potential woman who's staying over, extra pillows, a blanket for the couch should a friend need to crash. Have a clean set of towels, keep a few spare toothbrushes, just buy a few of the cheapo ones from the drugstore. A trash bin in your washroom that has a lid, make sure you empty it routinely. Empty all your trash bins routinely, none of them should ever be overflowing, especially the kitchen and bathroom ones. Various charger cables, mini USB, micro USB, USB-C, Apple Lightning. Even if you don't have contacts, buy some solution, a contacts case. If a woman is there and she's worried she didn't bring her supplies, she'll be delighted to know you do. Keep some quick munchies on hand, bag of chips, popcorn, granola bars, they are for guests or emergencies only, don't be dipping into it yourself. Have coffee tea available, bonus points if you have a small collection of whiskey scotch. You'd be amazed at how many women are into it. Wet wipes, keep them in your bedside table beside the condoms. Speaking of condoms, you well better have regular and latex-free. Learn how to listen to a woman, not wait for your chance to talk. Bookmark the following things so you're not scrambling last minute. Playlist of soft music, jazz, down-tempo, etc. Playlist of background music for socializing, indie, deep house, liquid DnB, boiler room sets. A few good documentaries of various topics you can pull up quickly. A few good TED Talks never hurts either. Learn how to go down on a woman properly. In your general area, have a small handful 3 to 4 date spots. A really good pub that's cozy, quieter, and with a good menu of food, drink. Tip well, staff will remember you, and it's obvious when you're on a date. Staff on your side can be the best wingman. Get yourself tested, be kind, yet confident, always, especially to staff anywhere you go, double especially to people in the service industry. Make female friends and don't try on them. They should be the type of females you go to the end of the earth for, and you look up to them, your bro friends, you should look up to them, you should admire them, strive to be the kind of person they admire back. Cut the losers out of your life, they are dragging you down. Buy a suit and have it tailored for you, own a few good pairs of shoes, not from the discount store, a pair of runners, black dress shoes, casual shoes, boots and summer shoes, have a set of tools and know how to use them. Read a book, good, now read another, a real book, expand your mind, go to the gym, learn to admit when you're wrong. Tell the truth, it's not always easy, but it's always right. Learn how to properly apologize, I'm sorry, explain why it was wrong and how it made someone feel, then how do I make this right? Call your mother. Story 13, get back to your willed side from time to time. Take a boxing class, build a campfire, climb a mountain, canoe a river, go stargazing. There's still a part of man that doesn't belong in the safe and sanitary world of clickable convenience. Go feed your wild soul in the wilderness, and see how you come back to the world a little more refreshed and motivated. Story 14, good people can disagree with each other. Your life will be enriched if you look at differences as opportunities to humbly learn and gently teach new perspectives. Story 15, if you're a hairy guy, do some manscaping before a big date, but don't completely shave leave a little hair down there so it doesn't look weird. Story 16, I'm not a fan of overly vague theories on the differences between men and women, but this piece of advice made communicating with my so much easier. When men talk about their problems, typically they're looking for your help finding a solution. When women talk about their problems, they're looking for validation that there is a problem and emotional support, not necessarily a solution. I remember one of my guy friends talking to me about this girl he had been dating, and he was having a hard time with her because she called him up all the time to complain about how awful her parents were or something, but then got frustrated with him when he gave her advice or told her what to try differently. After explaining this concept to him, the relationship won ADD big time, and now they're really happy together. He was stressed because he couldn't figure out how to fix her problems, and she was frustrated because she was seeking support and validation but felt like she was getting a lecture. Story 17, be the best version of you can be. Maybe your self-esteem is low because you're not in the best shape or you're not considered conventionally attractive. There are plenty of things you can control. Take care of your hygiene. Wear clothes that fit, don't be in. As a nerd, I meet a lot of other nerds who feel bad about their looks but then walk around without showering in clothes that haven't been washed in a month. You're playing yourself. Story 18, keep out of dating for a few years so you can do everything you want to do without having to discuss it with anyone. If you want to buy a clapped-out Miata as a project track car, it's only your business. Story 19, if you take a hit jolt kick to the groin, jump up and land square on your feet, actually more on your heels with your knees locked. Do it a couple times. Seriously, I've taken years of judo and BJJ and this works. It's not a cure but goddammit it really helps. Edit, don't slam dunk here, just jump a couple inches. Also, I've mostly done this on judo mats, not Granitekken Kritiranmun. Use common sense when you're writhing in pain and trying not to vomit. Edit, to land on your heels. Story 20, use anti-dandruff conditioner to shave. I used to have horrendous razor burn on my neck when I would shave, wear a beard but shave my neck daily. About 2 days after the switch it started to go away. Edit, just so we're all clear, this was my last resort. I had tried scores of creams, preps, razors, etc. This was the only thing that works for me. Story 21, if a person says something that happened to you in a greater quantity, i.e. I got a way worse injury, don't, and I really mean don't, bring yours up and start a competition. Just say wow or react accordingly, cause usually a person shares a story to see what you think, not learn of your way worse intense story. Commonly called one-upping, it's really not needed. Also don't dismiss their experience because you've had a similar one. People hate this as it implies they haven't done anything. Story 22. You can't smell how bad your home smells because you're used to it. Get an oil diffuser and make that place smell like a rainforest of yum-yum. No, your apartment is not an exception to this. Source: me and my roommates are dudes. Story 23. Lotion up, guys. It's not just for masturbating. Keep that skin healthy, you will look younger, your skin is smoother, you won't be itchy or scratchy. Black people figure this out way early because they get ashy, but they moisturize and thus black don't crack. Also, helps out a bunch with calluses and work hands. I know you think having nasty calluses and chewed up hands seems cool and manly, but girls will not be fans of you rubbing your baseball mitts up and down her during sexy time. Be the best version of yourself. Use a condom, shower daily, listen more than try and fix, eat clean, lift, be funny and confident, but don't be mean. Be kind, but don't be weak. She's a human being with faults and dreams like the rest of us. Don't play games and, always have extra snacks. Story 24. The second bust lasts longer than the first. Make up an excuse and one out in the bathroom. Buddy told me this years ago when I was explaining to him that I hadn't heard back from a girl I was talking with after we hooked up. Asked me how long I lasted. Told him not long at all. Told me next time one out in the bathroom. Changed everything. God bless you, Rile. Story 25. There is no such thing as the right way to be a man. If you have a feminine side, embrace it. If you are of small stature, own it. Just do whatever you do confidently and with pride. People will respect you for it, even if they don't get it. Also, I know not all people, but the ones that don't are. Story 26. Shave your pubes. It's better for everyone involved. Also, if your housemate about pubes in the bathroom, you have the perfect alibi. Edit. Okay, it seems a lot of people like pubic hair. Story 27. Doing nice things for a woman does not entitle you to a relationship with her. This should be obvious. But if you continuously do nice things for a woman you have feelings for, i.e. get flowers, open doors, give compliments, gifts, food, etc., that alone does not entitle you to anything whatsoever. Additionally, it often comes off as really creepy and in many cases stalkerish, especially if they are obviously not interested or already have a significant other. If you're interested in someone, just ask them to have coffee or lunch. If she says yes, awesome, that means you get to have a nice time with someone you enjoy, and maybe you'll get a friend out of it, perhaps even something more. If she says no, say okay and drop it, maybe try and be their friend, but understand that being nice to them isn't a ticket to ride, so to speak. Story 28. From a girl: don't switch to finger from tongue when going down on us. We always know, and it goes downhill if you don't enjoy going down. Admit it right from the start. It isn't a big deal, but being honest is. Story 29. Give the girl your number. If she texts you, you're interested. If not, you've saved yourself a lot of anxiety and work. Be assertive but be respectful. Tell a girl you'd like to kiss her, then ask her if it's okay. You're basically saying I want to do a thing, but I also want to respect your ability to say no and am giving you a non-threatening avenue to do so. Stand your ground. If you believe in something, hold fast to it. Don't just fall over because you're getting pushed, but if you're presented with information that disproves you, or changes the game significantly, adapt accordingly. Adaptation and practicality are your friends. Figure out your morals, boundaries, and what lines you're willing to cross, and play within those rules. Live by your own rules. Be pragmatic about breaking the law and stuff, but all the rules are made up. Choose the ones you live by. Focus on learning how to talk to people and being interesting, funny, and witty. The ability to tell a good story, command a room, be charismatic, and be funny can all be learned. You might not be on the same level as some of you born with it per se, but you can do pretty well for yourself. Love yourself and be interesting. If you don't love yourself, become the person you want to love. Story 30. Smell nice. If you have for good looks, you're awkward, you have poor fashion sense, the easiest thing you can do is smell nice. Wear cologne, use scented soap and shampoo, wash your clothes regularly. It's not hard to do, and it helps make a good impression. Nobody gets disgusted by someone smelling nice. Story 31. Too many of these are about approaching women. Fuck sake, Reddit. Hey race, my tip: don't make finding a woman your top priority in life. When you're single, spend all your time having fun, making friends, doing well at work, and improving your skills. After a while, you'll have so many opportunities with women. The hardest part about dating will be picking the one to focus on, and because you've got all these social activities and hobbies going, you'll have no shortage of ingredients to set up a really good relationship. Story 32. Workout. It's 2018. There's no excuse not to be physically active. We know what the science says, and the benefits spill over into almost every area of life. This applies to women also. Story 33. If a girl has a great relationship with her parents and friends and she's into you, put a ring on it as soon as it's acceptable. Crazy women come crazy upbringings. You don't find many if any good future wives in bars. Read at least one new book every year. Be smart with your money. Credit cards are bad for you and her. Story 34. Learn how to lift stuff properly. Especially if you're tall, you might feel indestructible when you're 19, hefting huge speaker cabinets like some kind of idiotic muscle god. But by the time you're 40, you'll be out for a month because you tied your shoes and your lower back goes haywire. Many months of physio and chiropractors later, you're still only 70, waking every morning with stiffness and muscle pain. This is all without herniated discs or sciatica. Just plain old messed up muscles. care for your lower back. Story 35, probably the biggest one for me. Don't rely on other men to tell you what manhood is. No one knows what manhood is, and if we're honest, it's not important. Be a good person to others. Fight for the ones you love. Never believe that failure is where your ambition ends and you'll be just fine. Also wash your. Story 36, spend some money on a pair of nice leather shoes. Modern leather shoes come in every style. They last forever and can be easily cleaned up, and they make seem like you're that much more put together. No socks in your tennis shoes, gross. No socks in your leather shoes. Must be being fashionable or something. Story 37, before making any big decisions. You don't always have to be manly and stoic. Ask for help when you need it. Be whoever you want to be. Just be honest with yourself and others about it. Honesty and doing the right thing doesn't always mean things will go your way or make you happy. It is tough if you aren't used to it, but when someone else is talking, try to not be thinking about how you are going to respond. Really try and understand what they are saying. This is not just a way to pick up women, but rather a way to have people want to talk to you. This does lead to some longer lulls in conversation that most are accustomed to, but the overall conversation is significantly more productive. When I worked retail, this is how I would approach customers. This is now how I approach discussions with my boss, especially when he is correcting a mistake I have made. But it is also great for having conversations with women. Story 38, status trumps looks when it comes to attracting women. Do what you can to minimize ugliness, but really there's much more profit in raising your status. Story 39, save cash. Girls are into financially stable guys. Girl I'm seeing right now is actually turned on by how efficient I am with my bills. Bank knows how much each bill is. And also the due date. They move the money from my checking into a specific account I have separate from my checking and savings. When bills become due, the appropriate amounts simply get removed from my bill account, rinse and repeat every month. It's almost impossible for me to miss a bill. The best part is that the bank does all the money moving. It's completely transparent to me. All electronic too. It's never been easier to pay bills. Story 40, if you up, man up. I've seen time and time again where someone was all too eager to make excuses and blame someone else for a mistake, only to have it come back and bite them in the later, sometimes leading to termination. Your employer's perseverance will have much more respect for you if you admit a mistake and try to work through it. My boss is just one of those people, thankfully. His perspective is that there are no mistakes, only opportunities to learn how not to do something. Story 41, some things I learned from years of being constantly depressed over women. When sometimes what you think is a woman being flirty, is a woman just being friendly. On that note too, sometimes when you think you're being flirty, the woman you are pursuing thinks you're just being friendly. I've been in situations where they say I had no idea you were interested in me, and am thinking but I responded to your texts and hung out with you on purpose. Isn't it obvious? Many women have been raised with an emphasis on being polite, especially toward men. You might think they're playing games with your heart, when really it's just that they're not interested in you romantically but think it will be rude to say it directly. For many women, it's perfectly normal to have male friends and not want to bang them. 5. Confessing your feelings to a friend will not end the way you want it to. Sure, maybe it happens one time out of 100, but for the most part you're not only going to damage the friendship moving forward, you'll damage it in the past too, because she'll look back on everything through a new lens. Story 42, my dating life really improved when I started voicing my opinion more often. I found I would have like half-hour-long conversations with women frequently, then never have the guts to follow up. So now if I'm chatting with a girl and I think she might be into me, I just tell her that I've enjoyed talking to her and want to know if she wants to get dinner sometime. If she says yes, great. If she says no, that's also good, because no is better than no answer. Story 43, don't watch too much. Will scramble your social instincts without you even noticing. By all means, you do you. But if you're a grown man that jacks it 5 times a day, I'd argue you're exceeding moderation, which is unhealthy regardless of vice. If you sweat and deodorant doesn't work, use panty liners inside your dress shirts. Story 44, don't work so hard to be the tough guy or the funny guy or the I don't give a guy. We have plenty of tough guys and funny guys who can't even express what they're feeling or what they really want from life. Try to get in touch with what you really care about and who you really are. Everything else gets a lot easier. Story 45, split some. I've long felt that actually splitting helps clarify certain things about the attributes of masculinity. On the surface, it looks like it's about strength and aggression, but in reality it's about patience and making your ego subservient to the material. It's also about respecting the equipment and working safely with something that's potentially dangerous, which are skills worth honing too. Edit typo. Story 46, go grocery shopping and learn how to cook. Pre-make meals and bring your lunch to work. You'll end up saving money month over month, probably about $2,500 a year from just bringing your own lunch to work. And girls love a man who can cook. I'm talking real meals, not ramen noodles like back in college. Story 47, for straight men, learn to eat. Then find a girl who is likely to talk to her friends. Eat her like you're a starving man at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Enjoy the as every one of her friends hits on you for the rest of your life, and you get a reputation as a man who can satisfy his woman. How do you learn to eat? Find a girl and ask her to teach you. Ain't nobody about to turn down free, unlimited oral, tailored to their personal desires. Edit, for gay men, I assume the same rules apply to. Story 48, go on a date thinking about having a good time for yourself. If you are not finding the date fun, then the girl is not worth being asked out for the next date. Story 49, if your girl is sleeping at a brother's house, they are banging, Best friend in college did it. Best friend post-college did it. Now I have no bros. Life sucks man, I need a hug. Story 50. Rubbing alcohol works as a great, cheap, effective chrome faucet, sink and mirror cleaner, as well as a great disinfectant odor remover for cleaning toilets when combined with baking soda and liquid dish soap. Now clean that bathroom. Also, learn in perfect 6 to 8 recipes. Story 51. Doesn't matter if you live alone or not. Do all of your cleaning chores before anything else. Your video games and Netflix will all still be there when you're done and you won't have the regret of not doing it. Story 52. Uninstall Facebook. I never realized how little I cared until I did that. Remove it from your quick links on your browser. I used to spend hours a day just scrolling. Since I did all that, made it so I needed to make a conscious decision to open Facebook. I've not touched it in weeks. Story 53. Get in shape, period. If you have an athletic physique or even strong enough arms to fill out a t-shirt, you immediately move out of whatever made-up friend zone you created. Story 54. Buy high-quality tools. So you only have to buy them once if you do not take care of it. You do not deserve to have it never hit anyone unless they are an immediate threat. Every hat should serve a purpose. Never take her to the movies on the first date. Nothing looks more than a well-tailored suit. Always look a person in the eye when you talk to them. Keep your back straight. Always buy a plunger before you need a plunger. Exercise makes you happy. Brush your teeth before you put on your tie. A small amount of your paycheck should go directly to your savings account every month. Never wear a clip-on tie. Give a firm handshake. Compliment her shoes if you aren't confident. Fake it. You can tell the size of a man by the size of things that bother him. Be conscious of your body language. Always stand to shake someone's hand. Never lend anything you can't afford to lose. Only bet what you are willing to lose. Ask more than you answer. Never have with anyone that doesn't want it as much as you go. 4 women out of your league. You either run the day, or the day runs you. When you walk, look straight ahead, not at your feet. Nice guys don't finish last. Boring guys do. Find your passion and figure out how to get paid for it. Don't let the little head do the thinking for the big head. You lose respect by demanding it. Earn it instead. The most important thing you can learn is personal responsibility. The first one to get angry loses. A man does what needs to be done without complaining. Never stop learning. Always go out into public dressed like you're about to meet the love of your life. Don't change yourself just to make someone happy. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Victory loves preparation. Women find confidence sexy as do whatever you want to do, but be the best at it. Do the right thing without expecting anything in return. You're here for a good time, not a long time. Launch body into space. Story 55. Not the best LPT, but a pretty solid one. Have good handwriting. It's kind of amazing how much having good handwriting has gotten me, in both professional and personal. Story 56. If you're dating a girl, you should look at how their best friend behaves. Often they're very much alike in personality, so if her best friend is a bit of A and a huge attention her, there's a good chance she's not far off that mark once you get down to brass tacks. Story 57. Learn to take accountability. You are responsible for the choices that dictate your life. You, not your dad, your boss, your girlfriend, your teachers or anyone in between. You, your decisions determine your consequences. Some consequences will be positive, which makes them benefits. Some will be negative, which makes them repercussions. But they are all yours. Once you take accountability for your life and your decisions, you can actually start to weigh the consequences of your choices, actions, and make good choices. Story 58. Don't do casual insulting banter with women. It will hurt their feelings. Try to take other people's feelings into consideration and acknowledge the fact that sometimes you have to talk your way out of things. You may want to not do these things, but doing these actions will help you. Story 59. If you've had a few dates and it's not really going all that well, but not all that bad either, really nothing seems to be going much of anywhere, go ahead and make a pass at her. 4. It won't ultimately hurt anything. It may be the thing that is holding up any progress, or she may get pissed and leave, but you may get some bad before she does. There's really not much of a downside. Story 60. A lot of things that have been labeled feminine by insecure guys. Learn how to properly cleanse and moisturize your face. It takes a little bit of research, but you should be cleaning using a facial cleanser suitable for your skin type: dry, oily, combination dry oily, then moisturizing every night before bed. Don't use a bar of soap to wash your face and hand lotion for your face. Use conditioner, especially if you go a long time between haircuts. Again, treat your hair according to what kind you have. Thinthicate, candles. I can't recommend candles enough. It's like cologne for your room. Even if you're not going to have a woman over, if you're just on your computer playing games, candles are really relaxing. Cologne, no, don't use body spray. You'll smell like a 13-year-old. I recommend having 2 to 3 scents for different occasions. An everyday office scent, a casual scent, and a cummy scent. Women are incredibly attracted to good smells. Clean your sheets. However often you think you should be cleaning your sheets, do it way more, especially pillowcases, or at least have a rotation of pillowcases. This will help you with any acne issues you may have as well. Story 61. If you eat enough, sleep enough, and lift heavy for 6 months, you'll be strong enough to deal with just about any situation that comes up in an ordinary life. The ladies can't see your abs when you've got your shirt on, but they do appreciate shoulders, so quit starving yourself. Story 62. Ditch the cartridge razors and aerosol shaving cream you buy in the store and go with a straight razor or safety razor and real shaving cream you have to lather in a bowl with a brush. You end up with less irritation, a closer shave, and saving lots of money. Story 63. May be late to the thread, but hopefully this'll help someone. If you get one of those no apparent reason and just want it gone, flex your thighs, multiple times if you have to. This pushes blood out and it'll draw from around the area, meaning it's more likely to lower your. This has saved me from a lot of embarrassment. Story 64. We all know the length of our own erect, right? When measuring stuff, use that as a yardstick around the house. My wife asks if this looks like 4 inches. I think 6 inches, minus 2, carry the 1, divided by, yeah, that's about right. Story 65. Don't settle for someone that only meets your needs when it's convenient for them. Be you, be happy with yourself before you even attempt to invest fully in a relationship. Story 66. Learn to do the typical womanly things. I seriously hate calling them that. Please don't hurt me. It's not my view. Cooking, cleaning, sewing, stitching, damaged clothes, crying. Story 67. I remember coach telling us guys don't let the girls steal your pearls, i.e. wear a rubber. The one thing that I took away from that conversation was to always wear a rubber. Don't always trust a woman when she says it's okay if you have unprotected, because you never know when you stick you're in crazy, and the last thing you need to have is an unwanted pregnancy, because you'll be stuck with an 18-year headache. The mother is what I'm referring to. Not to mention, she could sabotage the rubbers to trap you, which is an unlikely situation, but it happens to me. Lead by the Boy Scout mantra, always be prepared. Then in closing he told us not to shoot cocaine in your did BC, it will turn black and fall off. That was a very interesting conversation. Story 68. If you shave regularly and are using a Mach 3 or whatever the current popular multi-blade choice is, get rid of it and get a double-edged safety razor. The shave is closer, you get less razor burn, and despite a slightly steeper initial investment, you'll save money. I bought a 40 Edwin Jagger to 89, it's lasted me over 5 years now. I broke it once and they mailed me a replacement part for free. I used Dorco blades, and they cost me 10 for 100 of them. Compare that to the 20 I was spending on 4 refill cartridges for my last razor. Wicked Edge is a good place to visit, though be prepared for the aficionados. It can be more expensive if you want. Story 69. If you like a woman, go for it. Don't play coy. If you ask her out, you may succeed or fail to be with her. You can't control how she likes you. If you never ask, you just guarantee the failure. Story 70. Damn it. I'm worried I noticed this post too late and nobody will see this. Okay, I finally figured out how to with it after 29 years. Stand about 2 feet back from the toilet. Bend all the way over looking directly into the water of the toilet. When you're close to done you're gonna have to tiptoe closer to the toilet. Anyone know a good sub for this? I'd love to spread the word.